Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Welcome back to Gran Turismo 7 Part 71. This will be the perfect time to get ready to go and do all the extra menu book to be started out on number 40 after clear from menu book number 39 to take part from the GT World Series. As I ever said before, because I just already been starting out to be in progress, so let's have a good check and go in progress to be on menu book number 40, Lightweight K-Cup. For this menu, this will have to go additional to be served as bonus after clear from menu book number 39 to have its ending. This will have to be featured to have stamps will be included to have 3 racetrack must be required to be finished in 3rd place or higher. So now, it'll have to be putting up to have some main racetrack to have some brand new additional events to be prior to the latest update until Spec 2 is about to be arrived from here until now. For having number 40 in Lightweight K-Cup, one reward card is now being received is the Radical SR3 SL 2013. But here we have 3 racetrack on the location is going to be stationed in Japan on Tokyo Expressway south clockwise, Autodrome Lago Maggiore in the east and reverse, located in Italy, and in America, Willow Springs International Raceway, Streets of Willow Springs. But in fact, I just already did for only one part of the stamp because on the previous, just to be spared and do this for having a serve temporarily to have this most respective to have my main role. But so let's cut the theatrics because I just need my act to get myself to be a hold of it because I just really might need to be focusing to have the main part and go for the next step onto my GT7 journey. So let's learn more the details about the Lightweight Cup on menu book number 40. For this new menu, I'd like you to try your hand at the Lightweight K-Cup. Say, are you familiar with the term K-Car? It's a unique Japanese category of compact cars. The cars adhere to strict regulation in size and power. They are more compact than the Toyota Aqua or the Honda Fit, making them the smallest cars in the Japanese marketplace. Most K-cars are practical and affordable because they are developed for the masses. That said, a few of them are prized for their beautiful design, superb handling, and intricate components. K-cars are such as the Suzuki Cappuccino, Daihatsu Copen, and Honda Beat were some prized examples. What I want you to get your hands on these cars and compete in 3 K-car races. Place in all 3 races and you will win an award. Good luck. Alright, looks like, just to be a reminder, this might have to do this for another template because this will have to be served as a complete edition, so I just really need to get my act together, so I just need to be focused on racing rather than having some distraction like having bad morals. But that's a big no-no for having a major inexcuse. I just really might need to do some more racing and go on the focus to be moving up forward to have a better positive way. Alright, time to get ready to go and have Willow Springs International Raceway to have the first event to be on the first race to be in Streets of Willow to be at Lightweight K-Cup. 5 laps to be featured to have a performance point on 400. Let's have a good check on the details and see how it turns out to have a strategy. In this compact kart race for Japanese K-cars, face up against rival cars that have been tuned up to 400 pp. Regulation just to be required to have a comfort soft tires, K-car will be on the type 400 or less, different rewards, and even yet to have some main rival cars are about to be set and go on full customization. but other restrictions just yet to be on the BOP/tuning prohibited will be turned up at any moment, because the progress on each part of the menu book is all you need to do to have some settings will be allowed for only a main requirement. Penalty is now being turned up, so let's go out there and have a good run to have the first race to be in lightweight K-Cup after clear from first place. So gonna have to go and take the first set. Now I wonder how experienced driving with lightweight K cars will be doing much more fun to enjoy for having a one-step beginner's work from every Gran Turismo games. Just like Gran Turismo 2 and onwards to be at Gran Turismo 6. But here in GT7 to have the main update until being arrived on the Spec 2 update is now putting up to have some new set of events and car collection as well to be part onto the main menu. So let's proceed over onto the race menu, and here we have Ponder, Igor Fraga, and Nicholas Rubalar. So let's give this guy a warm welcome for having an interaction. I'm Caban Ponder from the United States. Man, I really love K cars. They're small, fast, and super cool. Why does Japan get to have all the fun? I want to see K cars in the US too. That would be much more correction if K cars would be more likely to be coming in to be seen here in America and Europe itself. But very nice to meet you, by the way. That would be quite very good to see you race on the good course. Now for Igor Fraga, in case that you guys have already know, I'm Igor Fraga from Brazil. For my mission's endurance race, I drove a Honda S600. But today, I'll be going with a Suzuki Cappuccino, which I just picked up from the used car dealership. Good for you, Igor Fraga. Experienced driving with a Cappuccino. Now for the third one in Nicholas Rubalar. Hola, I'm Nicholas Rubalar from Chile. I saw a guy compete in a DeLorean on this track for the American Sunday Cup 600. I swear I've seen his face before, but I can't quite put my finger on who he was. Well, that would be quite very much more indeed to see how Caban Ponder is about to be using on the DeLorean before he's about to be using with a different Japanese K car. Alright. Let's give it a go and have one part of the rehearsal to have one race, one replay, and one step of the attempt to go adding up as complete. So off I go, let's do this. This will have to take one attempt to go right in to have a quickest way to be using with a Total Drama World Tour livery on the Daihatsu Kopin 2002. Gonna have to go understeer to be on the first turn. Make a good focus and have turn number 2 on the right. Okay, Kei Kawakami is on the 15. Gonna have to go on sector 2. Turn left. Come on, just gonna keep a good respawn. Switch into the radar. Okay. The quickest way to get there that you might need to stay faster and keep a good maintained balance in order to go hard for first. But any kinds of K cars like Daihatsu Kopin, Suzuki Cappuccino, Honda Beat, and S660. But not to mention because different kinds of classic Japanese K car just yet to be well seen to be quite giving a good vintage in style. But the modern cars in the 21st century, including the Honda Beat from the 20th century in the late 90s, but earlier as a 1991 model, by the way. Okay, gonna have to keep going, stay on track. Understeer is the key of success to be driving as an all-wheel drive. Alright, that's pretty good. Now getting closer on Arderucci in position 11 on lap number 2. Entered and keep a good torque to be peak up as turn number 1 enters. Okay, that's the good line. Stay up ahead. 16 seconds remaining. Okay, looks like J1 is blocking up my offense, using the different co-pin to have a different style with the same model. Okay, here comes G Mangalo onto position 9. Take that inside and go on the right at the straightaway. Okay, gonna have to watch my 6. Patrick Blasson is doing well on the quick defense. Okay, there's my cue. Now going in on 7th place, Mikhail Hisal. Halfway there on lap number 3, folks. Gonna have to keep my focus on and stay on the main opponent. Okay, that's good. Gonna have to stay focused and do a more understeer work. That's the ticket. On to 7th place. Just keep up the good speed and torque right at the respawn to go around to catch up with some few opponents on the Honda S660. Okay, tough close. Now for Team Minasono on to 6th place, followed by Balio Gallo on position number 5. Alright, there we go. Now on to the final sector. Stay up ahead. Okay, there goes the contact. Now going closer to be on the 4th lap. You know, this is going to be quite very tougher to see how an FF car can challenging to have a mid-engine layout to be initialized as MR. Unlike the Honda Beat, Honda S660, Suzuki Cappuccino, and the Daihatsu Kolpin on different drivetrains to be on the FF, FR, and MR all together to be on the K car category type. But why not the Mazda AC1? This should be very good to have a different compact car would be more likely to be coming to Gran Turismo 7 in the future update, if that could be quite possible to have another K car to go for having a lightweight challenge. But that would be quite very cool to be amazed to see how the AC1 is now going to have a full premium car treatment. But it's already been still have the treatment since GT5 and GT6. Okay, coming in and have the brake to dive in. Stay up ahead. Caban Pounder on 3rd place. Gonna have to get closer from behind. There we go. Have the acceleration to go all in. Final lap, here I come. This could be a very tough risk to catch up onto Ballard and Igor Fraga. Okay, try not to take too much speed. Gonna have to be quite going characteristic to have an understeer to stay around. Come on, don't lose that grip. It's always meant to be clear opening. Alright, almost there. I can feel it. One step closer to Rubalar on position 2, and then Igor Fraga on the different variation on the Suzuki Cappuccino. That's very good. Respawn doing well. Now for the one last push, it's going to get much more daring risk. Okay, got the opening. Yeah, that's good. Finally overtake Igor Fraga, and I'm in the lead. The calm before successful is on the roll for team victory from Total Drama World Tour. There you go. First place for team victory. Capital V for victory, more like for having a #1 position on the podium to be dominated to see how a lightweight FF car can go faster rather than using on the FR and MR drivetrain layout. Wow, so much awesome out there and doing some tough work. But thank you, Logitech G29 steering wheel might come in handy to do some one step to become as a beginner driver. Looks like that considers this to have the first event is now being checked and cleared by the fastest lap in 1 minute 36.087 seconds on lap number 5 with a total of over 8 minutes. I bet you guys really might need to master different kinds of lightweight K cars. It's all about to test your skill. So thank you, Clean Race Bonus. You saved my good skill of rarity. Alright, new day comes and one stamp mark is being checked and done to be specified by having a one major requirement. That's one event down on the track, 2 more to go. Now for the replay, just quick on the thumbnail, so that should be good enough. Quick exit. Now I still might need to have enough space to be a reminder because just going to be filling out to do some major community service of my own. So I'll have to make sure to keep a good reminder on the storage before the next day from here until now. By having the previous day is going to have to be quite very step to be prior to be on the next day because main requirements on the menu book objective is still yet to be in progress. Alright. I just really might need to take a deep breath because the progress is at 33%. So let's go to Italy to be on Autodrome Lago Maggiore in the east and reverse. Just to have a semi-level track layout is now currently to have a different Japanese K car to go for having a mid-engine layout. And for that kind of a main requirement, I might gonna have to go color in pink with Team Amazon to choose the Honda Beat 1991. It's a very good early 1990s road car model from Gran Turismo 2. It still have a good, much more better capability to be drivable and yet adjusted to see some certain parts will be required to be by under 400. So the PP is at 399.56 and this will be doing one test to go on reverse direction in the east end session on Autodrome Lago Maggiore. As for race number 2, on either depends on optional, we'll have to take 7 laps around the track to see how the elevation to go for having an uphill and downhill by the series of technical corners. Unlike the few part before the final corner is just yet to be reminder back from the license test exam from the normal type. But it is going to be quite very truthful because the master license exam is now being yet introduced. Alright, looks like we got Pinnell, Brooks, and Mangalo. I'm Mark Pinnell from Canada. I'll be competing in a car I drove for a mission endurance race. It meets the regulation after all. Good to see you on board, Pinnell. Now for Brooks. I'm Andrew Brooks from Ontario, Canada. Lake Maggior's hilly terrain makes it really fun track to race. Just remember to control your speed when entering those corners. Got it, Brooks. I'll have to keep that in mind and just prefer to go for the mid-engine layout. Now for G Mangalo. I'm Giorgio Mangalo from Sicily, Italy. My French friend Baspi Berruers sure loves his baguettes, but I'm partial to Italian focaccia. And for dessert, a hometown flavor gelato. Okay, looks like that could give much more fine Italian taste of dessert after the race. I would love to try out to have Italian dessert. It's going to be sweet and delicious. I would love to have a nice sweet treat. Okay, that was a bad speech model. Take number 9. But it's about to get ready to have a nice sweet treat. But no time to talk about sweet dessert. It's about to get ready to go race and have one pink Honda Beat to be set and good to go on event number 2 on the second part. Okay, gonna have to be ready up and go faster to be more quicker because a few braking position on every corners in elevation is all you need to do to focus on the line. Just build up the slipstream when you're on the straightaway to go up the hill to be having a one-step approach before finishing on to the first sector. Okay, turn left, hold it steady. Gonna have to make one step overtake to catch up to Rubalar and Kawakami. Okay, that's one overtake before going down. Patiently and stay on it. That final turn is going to be your main advantage to go increase the gap distance to break through. So fastest lap I took in time in 1 minute, 3.835 seconds. There you go. Now that should be doing right, better start and keep up the good gear to stay on the slipstream to catch up with some few opponents to go quicker on corners and turns. Okay, here comes Arderucci followed by C. Lopez. Gonna watch my pace. Going back on sector 2. Okay, dive in, hold it in on the left turn. Almost there to get closer to Mikhail Hisal. But he'll have to take that final turn to slide it in. There we go. Left side overtake cleared onto the third lap. Eight more K cars to go. One Total Drama World Tour livery, Team Amazon is going girl power in pink. Okay, there we go. Just gonna have to stay on the inside opening. Jay Wong and T. Minasono are about to be on 6th and 7th place. Okay, going hard left. Watch myself. Looks like Minasono are about to go increase the pace to catch up to me. Now, it bothered to be going way characteristic to be driving on the mid-engine K car. The Honda Beat 1991 is a very good, simple, small Japanese K car before the Honda NSX Type R just came out in 1992. But also to be mentioned to have the first ever NSX was been made in the late 1980s before entered in the 1990s. But very good to have that nice classic interior view since Gran Turismo 2 and onwards to be on GT Sports and GT7 as well. Only 5 more to go. 4th lap on the halfway mark in 7.6 seconds. Ooh, okay, looks like late braking on the outside and still yet to be going catch up to go back on the inside apex. Okay, 6.8 seconds. Lap number 5. Going to proceed and keep up the good work. There they are right now. G. Mangalo, Patrick Blasson, and Basilio Gallo on the top 3. Iko Fraga is on the 3rd position to overtake, and there's T. Yamanaka on 5th place. Gonna have to keep pushing in. Always have Sector 2 to go down as a reminder. Looks like 3 of them are using with a Honda S660. Gonna have to stay focused, and one Daihatsu Copen on position 1 and 2 to be after on the final turn. They're going in on lap number 6. Make that push and brace yourself. Sixth lap is a penultimate on race number 2. Better hurry up because I'm on the 5th place and just gonna have to take one overtake K car at a time. Take a number and just be on the lookout for any last 3 K cars. Okay, almost there. 2 Copen and a Suzuki Cappuccino. Okay, let's just stay on the line and go deep ends on 3rd. We're almost there at the final lap after finishing lap number 6. Just keep a good line and make double overtake to go in the lead. Alright, first place on the row. Gonna have to keep a good watchful eye on Iko Fraga. He's just gonna have to try to go for having an attempted offense to overtake my position. Gonna have to stay defended and go in pink. I bet some other Gran Turismo competitors would be doing more likely to try out all of my Total Drama liveries before the GTWS World Finals in Barcelona is now being officially to be announced. But I can't wait to see how it turns out to be moving on to be carried over to be on December 1st through the 3rd. But here comes the finish line. Team Amazon wins the race in position number 1. Podium finish and successful to have a good style in magenta and pink altogether. So good to be true, but very successful to have one Team Amazon variation to go classic and an element of nostalgia. Fastest lap I took in the 5th lap, 1 minute, 1.298 seconds in a total time of 7 minutes, 16.316 seconds. But it'll have to take one step closer to have a clean race to go hard and be quick about it. 52,500 credits, and adding up a clean race bonus. So there you go. Daily workout complete due to some major attempts, and 4-star roulette ticket is being complete. Stamp is now being placed for having 1 second requirement to be specified in the menu book. 1 more to go, and this time replay will be going thumbnail image after this. There we go. Just another Total Drama World Tour livery on the thumbnail image. Just the replay and the image what I need to have. So there you go. Second part. Then let's go to Tokyo Expressway for the final race in Lightweight K-Cup. It's about to go all out, driving in urban city style to be going much more fine fantastic in Japan. Back to the event directory and proceed over to be in the south clockwise on Tokyo Expressway. Maximum reward is being stationed at 32,000 credits. Unlike from the east end reverse that has 35,000 credits, but this might have to go all in order by the numbers we'll be counting out by the difference. But it might be preferred to choose any kinds of various events that you might need to go with. So let's switch up to a different K car and go for the Honda S660 2015 with a Total Drama World Tour variation. Team Chris is really hot. Oh, and did I ever mention that I just have another kind of match variation to be specified to put up with some custom parts to be installed? But I know, just to be planned and honest about having a preparation for making my very own event to be exclusive on custom race. Now let's have a good check. Just add up with some performance points, adding up with some minor adjustment. Okay, now for the ballast, purchase as a forgotten reminder. Okay, there you go. Just only 1 kg to be adding up by 2 pounds. That should be good enough. By under 400 performance point for less. Alright folks, this is it. Final race, south clockwise on Tokyo Expressway. That will be doing a good place to go night racing in Japan. That will be doing the best cultural time moment out there to see how the K cars to go all in style to be racing in action on the urban highway. Gonna have to take some time and be prepared for having a good tonight's competition to go on the urban city. Perfect culture and perfect Japanese K car to be set and raring to go. Alright, once again we're having 3 drivers for the interaction. Hi there, I'm Igor Fraka. I was born in Japan but raised in Brazil. I'm a big fan of the Suzuki Cappuccino, and I'm always on the lookout for one at the used car dealership. For this race, I'll be racing in a favor from my extensive collection. Alright, looks like just as before, along with Willow Springs International Raceway on the streets, and that will be doing the perfect time momentarily to have the different K car after from the driving mission. As for Yamanaka, I'm Tomoaki Yamanaka from Japan. I actually own a Honda S2000, but the S660 is pretty wild too. Even more so when it's been tuned up. Of course it is, Yamanaka. Just tune up your S660 very well. And for Jay Wong, I'm Jonathan Wong from Hong Kong. Nothing beats blasting down the Tokyo Expressway at night in a tune-up car. Ah, both Tokyo and Hong Kong look truly beautiful at night, don't they? It always sure does, Wong. It always sure does have a good night race that reminds you of having a good time in Hong Kong. This will have to take a different K car to go for the modern vehicle in 21st century after trying out with the Honda Beat. So let's go 3 laps, overtake as many K cars to go exercise caution to avoid contact by the barrier. But no longer to have penalty, this will have to take no limitation to have one standard race. This is definitely look like Tokyo Extreme Racer, folks. I'm always gonna have to go all out and just keep a good clean racing to stay on the line. Now apparently, this will have to take a matter of differences to be using on 2 MRs on Honda, 1 FF in the Daihatsu, and 1 FR in the Suzuki Cappuccino. But even yet, I'm just doing some brainstorming ideas just to make sure to do some rehearsal part to be on the main mandatory session if I really need to do some more practice on time trial. But nonetheless, it's all about doing some main perspective to see how capable that you'll be able to drive on K cars to go master and expert to be as a good ordinary driver. But perfect for the nighttime because the Honda S660 is the true successor to the Honda Beat in 2 decades in the making. Here comes the tunnel. Gonna catch up by the slipstream. Alright, there you go. Overtake J1. Right at the clear opening. Go right. Watch your step. We're about to be coming in at the chicane in a few more meters to go. Time to go on the brake. 1 K car at a time. Go in formation as a lineup. Alright. Now, this will be doing the halfway mark on lap number 2. But in that case, building up the slipstream that you might need to go a little bit more faster to be on the main edge and proceed to be possible to have a good surveillance lookout when using the radar. Okay, going on the first turn. Now on corner number 2. That's a good line. Then for Kokubun on 4th, followed by Baulio Gallo in position 3, along with C. Lopez in position 2. Okay, here comes the side-by-side at the hairpin. Break through and be patient to get back onto the main grid again. Okay, gonna have to keep it up and stay focused on the line. C. Lopez and Baulio Gallo are about to go neck on neck with Slipstream before coming back on the tunnel straightaway. So I'll have to take a glide and go outside cornering to get closer to get back on the inside. Alright. Gonna have to watch myself. 2 K cars almost to be getting collided to be avoided that needs to be stay off from the side-by-side before enter to get back on the chicane. In about a few moments before finishing on lap number 2, the final lap is about to have one last step to go hard and kick it up onto the mid-gear. So watch this because staying on the slipstream on C. Lopez that you guys might need to go increase the pace to go enter as lap number 3 steps in. This could get challenging, but a bit more tougher to be better, because I might have to stay up ahead and watch on to the sides to be on the left and right corners to be wide opened, but it'll have to take more cornering inside that you might need to stay on the main advantage. But I got it in, and this time Ego Fraga is now getting closer to have a last remaining in about 1.2 seconds. Here it goes. There we go. Right at the opening, and overtake Ego Fraga in the Suzuki Cappuccino 1991. Oh, and did I ever mention about yesterday that I just watched a brand new Dispenser Camp episode? I cannot believe it. This is going to be quite so amazing to have a penultimate episode to have an all-girl final 3. But correction and truthful prediction, thanks to Julia, of course, but that would be doing much more fine fantastic. Who am I going to be rooting for? But my main guess that I'm just rooting for Ellie. She might have to win the $1 million for sure, because Miriam is more likely to be entered onto the final 3 as well, along with Fiore. Well, something else that might be quite very crazy to see what Fiore said after she just took a dive from Miriam to be being thrown. She just literally cussing out loud after what she said. That is shock and appall. Wow, I cannot believe it. I just felt totally having this reactive moment, but not a word. But I just really might need to be preferred to think about it. But in that case, but look at the time, folks. First place is going on the podium as well. Man, so much practice by doing attempts, and this is how this part of the clip is now being all together to have one major step. But very good, successful, and drive on the Honda S660 2015 since the Honda Beat 1991. By under 7 minutes, it takes 6 minutes 50.227 seconds by having a fastest lap on number 3 in 2 minutes 14.513 seconds. Very good to be impressive, and momentarily to have one chance of a clean race to go, adding up by a bonus 48,000 credits and going precisely in 50% plus. And there you go. Third stamp placement is now being checked and met the requirement specified in the menu book. Finally, it's about time, and go quick replay to add a thumbnail image to be yet seen. Just gonna have to give 1 second a moment. Alright. Close up should be good enough. Then let's exit. Man, such hard work potential for myself, but even for that, I'll have to keep that for having a second template to be updated until the complete edition from here until now. But 3 events on races on Lightweight K-Cup is being complete. Then let's go back to the GT Cafe. But even perhaps one other thing before heading back to the cafe. Extra card collection menu will be on the way, so I'll have to go in to have extra menu collection number 4. That will be doing much fine fantastic that Luca did very good for myself. Congratulations on completing a menu. I've got a gift card for you. Remember to come by and pick up, just wait until you see its color. Maybe not. Team Gray it is. Very good additional to have another Radical SR3 SL 2013. 126 collected points acquired, and already registered to the car index. Alright. It's extra menu time, folks. Gonna have to check again and go on menu number 4, Nissan C. 3 kinds of Nissan specific models on C32 in the Fairlady C300CX twin turbo 2-seater 89, version X on the C33 model in 2007, and the Nissan C Performance 2023. Classic, retro, and modern all together to have an element to have the C32, C33, but even yet to have a listed for the C Performance to be known as the C35. Reward to be unlocked to get the G-Ready Fuku C, which has already been registered as part of the car index. But after all, one G-Ready Fuku C is now being added from the brand Central, and this one just to have another one to be received as a prize reward. Congratulations! You obtained all 3 cars. This completes your Nissan C collection. Once you collect your rewards, I have some stories to tell you about these cars. Sweet image. Picture perfect is now pretty natural to be wonder. Collection, Nissan C complete, and a bonus for having a most fine professional tune car built by Sean King from the Fast and the Furious film. Just look at this most fine sweet C beauty, folks. Being parked right next to the GT Cafe. Alright, that's a total collector points by 365,010 points. Then let's get the story on the show. We're having a good showcase about the Nissan C models. These are particularly noble models from Nissan's iconic C sports car range. It's a wonderful collection of cars. C's have been prized the world over for more than half a century now, constantly evolving over that period. It all started with the S30C, which made its debut back in 1969. Nissan had been honing its sports car development skills long before the C appeared. In the 1950s, for example, it built the first Datsun Sport, eliminating the open-top sports car popular in Europe. Then, in the 1960s, it developed the Datsun Fairlady series. Nissan carefully researched the traditional 2-seater sports car being produced in Europe and used what they learned to create an all-new kind of sports car, the one that was far more advanced, the C. Specifically, the original C, the S30, with its elegant coupe body. The S30 looked great and drove like a dream. What's more, it was also not as costly as its European counterparts. It would also go on to do well in motorsports, including Japanese touring car races and international rallies. About 550,000 of these S30s were sold worldwide. As sports cars go, it was an enormous hit. That's how the legend of the C began. The next chapter takes us to 1978, when the second generation S130 made its debut, followed by the third generation C31 in 1983, which had an all-new engine, bodywork, and styling. The fourth generation C was the C32, which first went on sale in 1989. It was fitted with a twin-turbo V6, the most powerful that Nissan produced at that time. It was also the first C that featured a convertible model. The C32 was beautiful to look at and was also revolutionary in the way people had come to expect to see. The fifth generation C, the C33, did not appear until 2002. It had the unmistakable look of a C car, and it boasted a naturally aspirated engine as well as an FR layout. It was also relatively inexpensive for a sports car, thus continuing the tradition started with the first C. The sixth generation C34 chassis featured a special wheelbase which made drive like a real FR sports car. The latest addition to the C range came when the 7th generation was launched in 2021. The C range has countless fans all over the world, and many events are held for this community. Everyone has their favorite generation and favorite model, and every C is loved by someone. It doesn't matter which one you manage to get your hands on in the end, for they're very special sports cars, one and all. Beautiful cutscene and all kinds of different models about the Nissan C. Thank you, Luca. Very much more inspirational story, and very yet to have any kinds of different Nissan C models from the past, present, and the new one in the future to have the year model in 2023. So next up, it's going to have extra menu number 5 is Dodge Viper, will be set to have the next part of the video, and also to have menu book number 42 to be on standby for having a one special surprise to be going in it. But in the meantime, just to make sure to have some more events to be well participated to go by progress to be brand new. But almost forgot one other thing about the World Touring Car 900 to be part on week number 3. It takes credit, but prize earning without any parts of roulette tickets, it's all about GT credits to go on type of tickets. So I bet the next video is gonna have to be yet and go momentarily to have on other events to go enter to be participate. So let me check to go on review. Okay, looks like number 41 is going to be coming up is Vision Gran Turismo Trophy. After finish from menu book number 40, but we're about to be set and go to wrap this up at the end of the video, but this time it's about to have a two-part conclusion will be related to Vision Gran Turismo cars. But one other thing, because the GTWS World Finals in Barcelona is about to be set and go announcing to have the best participation to go for having a special event in about 22 days left until December 1st through the 3rd. But I can't wait to see all kinds of 3 different rewards is now going to be set and predict the winners on the bonus campaign and viewers campaign as well, since the showdown back from Amsterdam. So I had to be here, and this time just gonna have to keep a good progress to be on the live stream on the set. So thank you for enjoying watching the video on Gran Turismo 7. Glad that you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Don't forget to check it out on any social media platforms like DeviantArt, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, Patreon, Discord, and more to see my image artwork like UDRS liveries, Vision Total Drama fan art, Ricard liveries, and more whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be see you guys next time on Gran Turismo 7, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.